Hey guys, it's Josh Del Sol. For those of you that are on our mailing list, you know that we're in the latter stages now of the follow-up project to Take Back Your Power. And I just want to ask you something. Have you ever felt compelled to do something? Well, it was like that for me with Take Back Your Power. It's like that for me with this follow-up project. And it's also like this about this video that I'm just about to share with you now. I've taken a couple days in the past week and put this edit together of something which the world really needs to know about. And that's how the FCC is planning and have already approved 5G technology. Now I know what you're thinking, 5G technology, it's just the next level of evolution in cell phone communications, and we're just going to have better bandwidth and be able to have support for more applications and so forth. But if you've seen Take Back Your Power, you know that there are very, very serious health risks associated with the proliferation of wireless technology, be it smart meters, be it cell phones, cell phone towers. Thousands of studies indicate harm. So with this 5G, there are some very, very serious things to be concerned about, both from a health standpoint and also from a surveillance and rights standpoint. So this piece that you're about to watch is going to get into something that, again, the world needs to know about. Last Thursday in Washington, D.C., at the FCC rubber stamping approval meeting for this so-called 5G technology. At that meeting, there were four very interesting and powerful things that happened. Two of them have to do with suppression of free speech and truth that we all need to know about, and two of them have to do actually with truth getting injected into the narrative here and on the record in a very powerful way. Okay, so what we're dealing with is the Gestapo is in the United States. They are basically running the show for, I mean, most of you already know this. This isn't really news to anyone. We're living in a corporatocracy. But the extent of the harm that's being caused, both to our rights and to truth and to our health, is far worse than what we had imagined. So this is all going somewhere. I want to encourage you that there are solutions both at the end of this video and in the movement and the awareness that's all unfolding from this. But you guys check this out, and we invite you to subscribe to our mailing list at takebackyourpower.net. We're bringing this conversation forward, but I hope you enjoy and are inspired by, but also really pissed off at what's actually going on here and get activated to be part of the solution. So thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
The big game changer is that 5G will use much higher frequency bands than previously thought viable for mobile broadband and other applications. Such millimeter wave signals have physical properties that are both a limitation and a strength. They tend to travel best in narrow and straight lines, and they do not go through physical objects as well. But brilliant engineers have developed new antennas that can aim and amplify signals. Now, to make this work, the 5G build-out is going to be very infrastructure intensive, requiring massive deployment of small cells. I'm confident that the actions will lead to a cornucopia of unanticipated, innovative uses and will generate tens of billions of dollars in economic activity. And that's damn important, because it means that U.S. companies will be the first out of the gate. And that is why 5G is a national priority. And stay out of the way of technological development. Unlike some countries, we do not believe that we should spend the next couple of years studying what 5G should be or how it should operate. The future has a way of inventing itself. Turning innovators loose is far preferable to expecting committees and regulators to define the future. We won't wait for the standards. We're already seeing the industry gearing up to seize this opportunity. Verizon and AT&T tell us they'll begin deploying 5G trials in 2017, and the first commercial deployments they're talking about are expected in 2020. And we're not done. As part of our July 14 action, we also plan to ask for comments on opening up other high-frequency bands. Many of the high-frequency bands that we will make available for 5G currently have some satellite users, as well as some Defense Department applications, or at least the possibility of future satellite and defense users. This means sharing will be required between satellite and terrestrial wireless, an issue that is especially relevant in the 28 gigahertz band. But if anyone tells you that they know the details of what 5G is going to become, run the other way. If something can be connected, it will be connected. Hundreds of billions of microchips connected in products from pill bottles to plant waterers. We must reject the notion that the 5G future will be the sole provenance of urban areas. The 5G revolution will touch all corners of our country. A lot more antenna siting decisions by local governments and tightened our shot clock for siting application reviews. America's local governments will play an important role in determining how we fulfill this national priority. You can be sure of only one thing. The biggest Internet of Things application has yet to be imagined. Tens of billions of dollars in economic activity. And that's damn important. Ask a question. We'll start with you.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Sir.
Needn't egg me on this one. Moments ago, I was attempting to talk to some people who came to attend the meeting and have concerns about radiation and 5G. And one of your security force intervened, told the guy he couldn't show me the T-shirt that he had wished to display at the meeting, forced him to put it away, and confiscated my FCC-issued ID. Is this consonant with the discussion that ought to be taking place here, and what's your reaction to this action by your staff?
I've just heard about it for the first time, Todd. I mean, obviously this is an open meeting, and I'm sure that if your credentials have been mistakenly taken, you will get them back. But there's a responsibility for everybody who comes here to behave responsibly. By approving the Spectrum Frontiers Order, the United States becomes the first country in the world to identify and open up vast amounts of high-frequency spectrum for 5G networks and applications. This is the most significant step yet. And our BDS proceeding is dealing with that issue.
Lydia.
Hey Tom, with the
Hi, Lydia.
study showing wireless causes cancer subthermally, how can you proceed with more wireless expansion with our 60 standards only recognizing thermal effects, ignoring thousands of studies showing cancerous effects, neurological effects, reproductive harm?
Lydia, do you have a question?
I do have a question, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
I'll answer your question, Lydia.
Lydia Bayud, Bloomberg BNA.
Can you just let us know what happened there and your role in those events and what's the significance there?
Yeah, I call this G Day for the 5G being rolled out. We tried to hold up a sign and inform them about wireless radiation causes cancer before they were making their decision. The sign was taken away from us. I then tried to grab a shirt out of my bag just to hold that up, sitting in my seat very, very innocently, and the head of security there threatened me and tried to grab my shirt, and we kind of struggled with that.
So you didn't even get the shirt out of your bag, or it wasn't even displayed yet or anything, and the guy was
And the
just on.
sign wasn't displayed, shirt wasn't displayed. He was really, really quite on us. And he watched us the rest of the time. We're sitting right in front of us, just like a hawk, and threatened to kick us out many, many times.
Wow. So what happened when Todd, the journalist, came over to talk to you?
Okay, so the hearing, actually, they vote, and the hearing's over. It's recessed, and people are just talking and hanging out before there's a press conference starting in I think it was about 15 minutes later.
Okay.
So one of the members of the press came over to ask us what happened, because they were near where they took away the sign. The woman who was holding up the sign was explaining what it said, and I actually was talking to some of the media already, and I saw her talking with that media, and I walked over. And he asked me, what was on the sign, and I told him. And then he asked me, I hear they wanted to take your shirt. What was on that? And I said, oh, I'll show it to you. And I reached into my bag to grab the shirt to show it to him. Now, mind you, the meeting's over, and we're just sitting around. And the director of security came over, said if I take the shirt out of the bag, he'll throw me out once again. And the reporter explained I was just answering his question. I was just showing it to him. And he told the reporter if I took that shirt out, he would throw me out and the reporter.
Wow.
And this is a reporter from Bloomberg who reports from Bloomberg News. And he reminded the director of security who he was. And he again told him he would kick him out. And then the reporter asked for his name and position and wrote it down. And they went back and forth. And eventually he took away his press credential. The T-shirt said, and it's kind of relevant to being here in Cleveland for the Republican National Convention, LeBron James had a salivary gland tumor where he holds his cell phone. Who's next? And on the back it said, World Health Organization classifies microwave radiation as a Class 2B carcinogen. So that's the one, that was on the T-shirt. And I think it's important because it shows the power of the media to control information and dialogue about this issue. Because most people don't know that LeBron James had a salivary gland tumor removed from his jaw, and it took 6 hours to get out of his jaw, and could have killed him in the operation. But it was a non-malignant tumor, so he went on, and it was right after the playoffs in 2009. And there was two articles. If people Google LeBron James spring surgery, you'll find the two articles. But in one of them, it says at the end, how come no one else is writing about this issue? If this guy wears the wrong T-shirt, it's international news. This guy had a tumor that could have killed him, and no one's talking about it. So it shows the power of the media to control this. And what's really sad is after he had this tumor, he became a sponsor for Samsung cell phones, and now he's a big promoter of Beat wireless headsets, exposing more young children to wireless radiation to the head, and possibly causing the same kind of salivary gland tumor that he had.
And you can bet that that's by design, right? However many tens of millions of dollars he got for that contract was a little bit of insurance on their part, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to mention before, is I don't think they seep into this. I think there's a very conscious effort and plan to fund the people that might cause problems. I think they go to the PTA. We had a problem getting into the PTA and talking about this issue. They kicked us out of the conference, and we were paid exhibitors because they helped fund that conference. And with all these wireless projects, people need to understand everyone gets paid on them. If Citi puts in wireless, they get extra money for other technology projects. Everyone along the way gets a piece of it, and everyone stays quiet as a result. And in the end, our health is being sold down the road, and sometimes not for very much, sometimes pennies per person when you consider a national contribution. I mean, Tom Wheeler campaign contribution of $700,000 to President Obama, and then he was nominated chairman of the FCC about a month later.
Yeah.
You break that down per person, it's just pennies.
Are they scared of the truth coming out about the harm that 5G is going to cause on wireless? Is that, I mean, this big NTP government-sponsored $25 million study just came out, right, last month, and so what's happening with regards to that? Is that why they're going to these draconian measures?
You ask why they're not answering questions, why they're afraid to talk to us. And that's exactly the question I asked Commissioner O'Reilly. You know, he came off the stage, he was the last to speak, and he came off the stage, and I just went towards him. Immediately, the security guy was jumping in between us, and but you know, I was not moving. Security guy could not move, so O'Reilly could not move, so I could speak. And then I told him, I mean, why you're not answering my question? Why you're not? I mean, I'm the public, I'm the taxpayer, I'm paying your salary. How come you're not answering my questions? What is it that you're hiding? What are you afraid of? Answer the question. Just answer the question.
Yeah.
And you know, he was silent, and that's yeah. So I mean, they clearly aware of the NTP study. They're clearly aware of so many people getting sick. They're clearly aware that they've been lying to the public for decades. They're clearly aware that there are thousands of research papers proving that this technology harms. So there's no way they're not aware of that. So they know that. Why they're doing it? I mean, how can someone be that evil? I cannot understand. And do I think that they're now moving forward very fast because of the studies? There's very high likelihood. I do think that they know, and our presence there was another indication to that we're not going to be silent anymore. Science is becoming more and more loud on this. Yeah. Scientists are becoming more louder. This is bound to explode. And so I guess they do understand that if they move forward fast, it would be much more difficult to take things backwards. So could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a mind reader, but yeah, could be. The whole event was very, very sad portray of how things work, how government executives act, on how industry control things, and how the public health is being ignored, and how the public interests are being ignored by interest parties. Very, very sad portray.
Isn't it amazing how an industry talking head like Tom Wheeler, chairman of the FCC, would dare to call out someone who's taking a T-shirt out of his bag to voice a concern about what the agency is doing, call that as irresponsible, right?
If your credentials have been mistakenly taken, you will get them back. But there is a responsibility for everybody who comes here to behave responsibly.
Meanwhile, they're set to roll out technology which is going to harm everyone on ways in which we don't even know, but the science is really clear that it's unbelievable. Like the double speak, the Orwellian, it's crazy. It's crazy.
This is, as I said, this is, I speak every day, hours, to people, adults and children whose life just got destroyed by becoming sick with this technology. I speak to children who wants to commit suicide and die. And, it's very difficult, those conversations. And it's also very difficult because many times I cannot do more to help. And it's just a very, very, you feel like constant heavy weight on your shoulders, on your heart. Like sometimes I speak to people, I cannot breathe. And because I don't know how to help. But living with electrosensitivity, and I was severely electrosensitive, and living with, people's stories every day and night, it's difficult. But for me personally, more difficult is seeing how this lie has been perpetuated so successfully, how people can harm other people in such an evil way. And I'm sorry to say, this is pure evil. And the fact that this technology is so amazing, and I love this technology before I got sick, and I still think that if it was not harmful, it is the most amazing technology, and it can be so useful for humans. But when you know what it does, and use all kind of slogans, smarts, to get people addicted and into it, and when you know what it does and how sick it makes people and how it destroyed children's lives and the future hunt. There's no other word to describe it except evil. So this is for me the more difficult thing to like. I can handle the stress of the being sick, of the stress of the other sick people. The fact that this evil can happen is very difficult for me. And I'm Jewish, and we all carry that heavy weight of the Holocaust. And since I was a child, I was constantly, it had a huge impact on my life, and for many in various ways. And I remember I always wanted to. I mean, what you learn from it is that bad things can happen when people are silent,
Yeah.
when people comply, when people don't stand up to evil. And this is my message, really. I mean, we all have to stand up, and we all have to show huge determination. We're fighting really strong forces, and we are very small compared to them. But it's maybe a cliche, but it's all it takes to put light in the room is one candle to take away the darkness. And everyone has to stand up and stop be afraid. Stop waste your time on Facebook posting. Take action, do something, inform Congress, fight Congress. I mean, speak up and do something.
Yeah. So what do you think about the concept of individual accountability and liability? For example, for the people making these harmful decisions, and the people of this country and other countries actually, using techniques of individual accountability going forward.
Yeah, so I think all of this evil that we're now facing is successful because in the past we did not stop this. I mean, we allow this kind of system used by industry to put toxic into the environment in various ways. And we didn't take the lessons and we didn't do what we should have done. And what we should have done was pursue those who did this crime all the way. And only when we demand accountability, there will be a lesson to be learned for the future. Until there's personal accountability and liability, this systematic problem that repeats itself will happen again and again and again, and it has been. So we learned that the tobacco industry was lying to the public, bluntly, to the public, to the government, to health organizations, without any hesitation regarding the addictiveness of tobacco and how harmful it is to people. And was anyone sued? No. Was anyone found personally accountable? No. So that's actually what enables this kind of behavior to happen again and again. And not just that, it seems like those industry who put this toxic out there for us are becoming more and more an expert. So they're learning from what those industries, other industry who did, and just learn their guidebook and make it even better. So if you look at the actions of the wireless industry, it does exactly what it has been doing, exactly what the tobacco industry is doing to the letter, and it's actually making it even better the way they do it. So this will continue. This systematic problem will continue. This problem of conflict of interest, where people who work for industry now regulate the same industries they used to work for, just like Tom Wheeler is now, who used to have the wireless industry organization, he's now the regulator of that industry.
Right.
So this will continue to enable those people to do this harm and to do them again the next time. You see that the industry is using the same scientists it used to say that tobacco is not harmful, to say now that wireless technology is not harmful. So unless we will make sure that those who created that harm for the industry are found accountable, and those people in the government who did not do their job and protected the public interest and health will be found accountable, we will continue and have the same thing happen again and again and again. And I remember the first interview I gave on this topic was to an Israeli paper, and I said it very clearly that I less care about the industry. I more care about pursuing those people in governments who did not do their job, who betrayed the public trust. And I think this is the action we should take, and we should make clear to those government people, or if you talk about Wi-Fi in schools, then the head, the school principals who do have personal responsibility and liability to protect the children's health, to make sure they know they will be fined personally liable for the harm they cause. They have a position of trust and they betray that trust and they should be fined liable. It should be civil liability and criminal liability, because harming people and assaulting them with this, it's an actual assault with this technology. You're causing physical harm, you're causing physical pain. And then if you know that you do it and you continue to ignore it, that even makes it worse. So we all have to find ways to make those who cause this harm accountable. Until we do that, nothing will change.
Yeah, very well said. What is your point of entrance into this?
So my background is as a medical social worker, and when I was in the hospitals, I saw, young salesmen, lawyers coming in with brain tumors and healthy otherwise, other than the tumor, and doctors asking them about their cell phone use. So I was clued in very early with these heavy users and the tumors it was causing. And then I had several colleagues of mine develop brain tumors in their 30s and very healthy individuals otherwise. Another colleague who developed a tumor in her breast where she put the phone in her bra and she lost her breast. And then I was working in my school district, and they're planning on rolling out school-wide Wi-Fi, and I had done the research because of my colleagues getting sick, and I knew it was a bad thing, and I started fighting with a school district not to do it and go wired instead of wireless, and I fought almost 3 years, providing them the information they needed to make a good decision, and I was simply ignored by the teachers union at Los Angeles Unified School District and by the school board at Los Angeles Unified School District, and I couldn't get the parents rallied as well, although I didn't have the resources really to do that. And it's really sad because now I'm hearing from Los Angeles Unified School District teachers that they're getting electrosensitive, developing neurological symptoms, and other teachers developing cancer about a year after they put in the new Wi-Fi, because it's a very, schools are now our most dangerous places to be. You have 20 to 40 wireless transmitters in their iPads and wireless laptops, and then you have 2 to 3 in LA Unified. It's 3 commercial grade wireless routers per room, and then you have each room with the same thing and it all multiplying. So you have really the setting of the most significant exposure in our country, and the most vulnerable population being exposed are small children, which we know are 3 to 4 times as sensitive to all environmental hazards.
I think more and more researchers, doctors, parents, and those who are in the position of power to do something about this are beginning to realize this. But this is, I mean, what's happening to our kids, and what the electromagnetic radiation, the proliferation of it is causing. I mean, everything up until this point really could potentially only be the tip of the iceberg, right? With this rollout, this planned rollout of 5G, which was just approved.
Yeah, we are microwaving our population and wondering why our cancer is going through the roof, and people aren't feeling as well, and the chronic disease is going through the roof. It's really very sad.
So we want to basically make it really clear. If you're watching this and if you want to do something about this, go to the link that's at the end of this video. It's going to be a bunch of information, links, and specifically an action link for you to take right now. Is going to be at the top of the section beneath this video. So Kevin, I want to thank you so much for everything you're doing. Thanks for your time and speaking to us today. And we wish you, the success in continuing to be among the front lines of those getting this truly life-saving information out to everyone.
Yeah, and as a closing statement, I really beg people to take action. And even if you don't see the link at the end of the website, you know where all the congressmen are, the House of Representatives and Senate. You know where all the committees are. Go, educate them. Go like the wireless industry goes time after time. Go to the FCC. The FCC, I think, is visited 500 times per year, and it's like twice a day, you figure, on average. by the industry, and we have our information. We need to go as well, but especially to our representatives who are supposed to represent us and protect us. They need to see that it's a glaring problem. And what you will see is that they're getting sick as well. I spoke to Congressman Grayson from Florida, and while I was talking to him, one of his staffers, Joe, came up to me and said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I'm talking about wireless cell phones causing brain tumors." He said, "That's interesting because I had a brain aneurysm and I'm lucky to be alive." And then he said, "It's also interesting because my buddy just died from a brain tumor." So, they're heavy users up here, and
Wow.
you'll find that they're suffering too, and we need to build on that because we're past the point of potential harm. We're at the point of harm. There's 10 to 15 years for tumor growth. We're there as a group, and we're doing nothing but making it worse. So people are definitely getting sick, and you need to ask them. Does your face tingle when you use your cell phone? Do your hands tingle when you use cell phone? Do you have difficulty sleeping? Have you ever gotten nauseous using the phone? Do you feel funny when you're around Wi-Fi or getting close to it? And you'll be surprised. People are getting sick. For instance, I spoke to Congressman Rush. Congressman Rush had a salivary gland tumor, which Israel has associated with cell phone use.
Mhm.
I spoke to one staff office, and one of the staff members, a very young woman, went by me with a cane.
Mhm.
And I said, "I don't mean to be nosy," because we were done talking. "I don't mean to be nosy, but what's wrong with you?" She says, "I have this rare immune system disorder, and it's basically eating my spine." And I said, "Well, you should look at reducing your wireless radiation exposure, because for some people it makes the immune system just go berserk." And it could save your life, and it's a relatively easy thing to do to reduce your exposure. And she listened to me, and she says, "I'll think about that. It never hurts to reduce my exposure." So
Yeah,
we need to
absolutely.
reach out and educate this community, and we need to do it now. Time is gone. The time to wait is over. We need to stop this before they auction this spectrum. You need to go, whether it's by yourself or with others. You need to go.
Yeah. Thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Kevin. There you heard it. We got our marching orders. We know what to do. There's links below. Kevin, thank you so much, and we'll look forward to your future updates.
All right. God bless, and everyone take care of themselves, and let's take care of everyone else as well.
Absolutely. Bye, you guys.
Moments like this are made for rebellion. Stand up and be counted. 1, 2, 3. We made a promise to live in peace and be honest. War after war with no end in sight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ocean to ocean, join the peace and love revolution. Take my hand and we'll hold the line. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Time to stand up. If you're with me, put your hands up. Sing with me now, just like the rain. Your thoughts, our things, now direct them like laser beams. We can change the world in like 1, 2, 3. Ocean to ocean, join the peace and love revolution. Take my hand and we'll hold the line. Oh, 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 shine. Oh, 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 join the peace and love revolution. Take my hand and we'll hold the line. We'll hold the line. Then I throw my stupid cell phone away. I'll sell everything I got on eBay and unplug from this collective mind. I'll head for the sea, searching for an island perfect for me, only to find this brave new world isn't free. So I'll build a rocket to outer space, find a new place. I need to stop orbiting other people's planets. I know that I was born to build a planet of my own, and this planet X will not be bound by gravity. I look at the moon on the dark side. I notice a room. It's a message that says we'll be there soon, but I'll never let them take this place from me. You see,